Hello students, welcome to Meso Study again. So in the today's session, I will be talking about some of the questions which is based upon the CBSE pattern. And as we are dealing about the chapter Human Health and Disease. In the whole chapter, we have talked about the certain diseases. We have talked about the bacterial diseases, the viral diseases, protozoan diseases, helminth diseases, etc. Simultaneously, we have also discussed about the fungal diseases and some other important diseases which we have studied in detail, that is the AIDS, the cancer, which we have studied in detail. Likewise, we have also studied about the human immune system. Immune system means to fight against the different diseases. What are primary immune system, what are the secondary immune system, all of these we have already discussed in the sessions. And also in this chapter, they also include certain problems, some adolescence problems, like use of morphines, etc., cocaine also we have already discussed. Now, as we are dealing with the questions, I have collected around the 10 questions. Each of the questions, they are from separate category. Some are from 1 mark questions, some are from the 2 marks and the 3 marks. In this session, I will tell you how to attempt such type of questions. So, let us start the today's session. So, let us move on to first question. The first question, the first 3 questions are of 1 marks. Similarly, third, fourth, fifth, sixth question, they are of 2 marks. So, first let us talk about a 1 mark question, how to attempt such type of question. These are the questions, some are included from the previous year, so that you can do the practice out of these. What type of questions can be asked and like this. Don't rely on just these 10 questions, instead you have to study the whole chapter. So, retrovirus has no DNA, however, the DNA of infected host cell does possess viral DNA. How is it possible? So, when I was discussing about the retrovirus, in which topic the retrovirus was there? It was there in the case of AIDS. Acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, in the AIDS, the retroviruses was there. And the retroviruses are those viruses which are having the RNA as a genetic material. And these viruses, AIDS is caused by one retrovirus which is called as a human immunodeficiency virus. That is a human immunodeficiency virus. That is a human immunodeficiency virus. Right? In this HIV, that is a human immunodeficiency virus, I have already discussed that retrovirus, they are having a RNA as a genetic material. What they have is a RNA, that is a ribonucleic acid as a genetic material. And when I have discussed about the AIDS, at that time I have told you the whole immune system of a body of patient, they become compromised, and basically the T helper cell, they become affected. There is a total, or you can say the drastic decrease in the number of these T cells. We know the two type of cells are present in the body, which is related to the lymphocytes, a T lymphocyte and the B lymphocyte, and basically in this case the T lymphocyte number decreases. Now question indicates that however the DNA, because we know that in this case the RNA is present, and they also have one enzyme which is called as a reverse transcriptase. So this virus, they have a reverse transcriptase. Reverse transcriptase enzyme, and this reverse transcriptase, they help in conversion of a RNA into DNA. When it is converted into a DNA, and that DNA which is formed is always a single stranded DNA. So that means whenever these infections happen, whenever these HIV virus, they infect any of the macrophages, the RNA which is present in them, they become inserted into the host cell. When they insert into the host cell, reverse transcriptase enzyme is there that will convert this RNA into the DNA, because we know the function of reverse transcriptase, and that DNA which is formed, they get incorporated into the host cell, right? So that is the reason. So whenever such type of questions comes and how to attempt, like you can write that retroviruses, they are having a RNA as a genetic material, and they are also having the reverse transcriptase activity, and the host cell, they have a DNA as a genetic material. Whenever they want to incorporate this RNA as a genetic material, they cannot do that. So first of all, it has to convert into the DNA, and DNA is later on inserted into the host DNA. So this is the correct answer for question number 1. That means basically they focus on the enzyme activity, that is a reverse transcriptase, right? So this is how you have to attempt the first, this is a first mark question. Now let's move on to second question. This question is related to immune system. Why is secondary immune response is more intense than the primary immune response in case of humans? Now students, tell me one thing, what do you mean by this primary immune response? Primary means first, immune means body immune system response to is to fight. That means whenever any antigen, what is antigen? Antigen is any foreign substance that enter into our body that evoke our immune system, they are called as antigen. So primary immune response is that immune response that whenever this antigen enter into body for first time, immune response is generated. Immune response is generated because, now listen to the things very carefully. Now antigen is coming into the body for the first time. So immune response will be generated. Various kinds of the B and the T lymphocyte, various proliferation of, or you can say the formation of antibodies will occur. That is called as a primary immune response. Question says the secondary immune response is faster. Yes, it is definitely a faster response. The reason is that in primary immune response, after the primary immune response, the memory cells, they are formed. Those memory cells, they are formed, they act as a prerequisite, or they will give a sudden reaction. So that whenever this antigen they will encounter the body for the second time, memory cells are also there. Memory cells again they form those antibodies and directly those antigen will be killed. So if you have to write, the answer for this is that after primary response, what is created? Memory cells are formed. Memory cells formed, and these memory cells, they convert into the antibodies very fast, because now they know whenever such type of antigen will come, no need to go for the whole process of the activation of antibody. Just these memory cells will be activated and later on the antibodies will be formed. That is the reason the primary immune response is slower and the secondary immune response is faster. You know about vaccination, we have discussed about the vaccination. Vaccination is based upon the secondary immune response only. So in case of the vaccination, the attenuated heat killed, or you can say sometime a part of any kind of antigen is given inside the body. That doesn't cause any disease. In case of the polio also, these attenuated vaccines are there and they provoke the primary immune response and they generate the memory as well. So whenever a second type of immune response comes, secondly the such type of antigen will arrive into the body, then what will happen? The secondary immune response will be there. Secondary immune response will be able to kill the whole antigen within a short duration of time, right? And this is the basis of vaccination as we have discussed. So this is how you have to attempt the second question, which is related to the memory cells which is created in the primary immune response. That's why the secondary immune response is faster. Now let's move on to the next question, which is also a 1 mark question. Mention the useful as well as a harmful drug obtained by the latex of poppy plant. Now let's discuss the things in detail. It is written over here, a poppy plant. What is the scientific name of poppy plant? What is the scientific name? Scientific name of a poppy plant is Papaver somniferum. Papaver somniferum. Papaver somniferum. Right, and this Papaver somniferum, they forms morphine. So we used to extract morphine. So they give rise to a morphine. right? So, whenever the acetylation of morphine happens, that lead to formation of cocaine. So, morphine form cocaine by which process? Acetylation. That also we have studied in the sessions, right? Now, question says that we have to find out the useful as well as a harmful drug which is obtained from the latex of a poppy plant. When we say the morphine is there, morphine is having certain useful property, whereas the cocaine is having very bad property, right? Whereas to talk about the morphine act as a sedative. They act as a sedative. This you have to learn, right? Another is cocaine. Cocaine act as opioids, right? Which suppress the whole body activity. This act as a sedatives, they act as a painkillers. Right? This is a Papaver somniferum which is obtained from a latex of poppy plant. This was one of the questions that was asked in a medical entrance examination also. The question was somewhere or other related to that from where it is obtained. It is related to the latex. So, correct option at that time was a latex. So, this is how you have to attempt. 1 mark question was there. This was the question number 3, and when you have to attempt, you have to write each and everything. If you know the things, then do explain in detail. Whenever such question is there, don't attempt without examples, because examples, they are very important. Even for a 1 mark question, you have to give an example as well. Whenever you write a definition, do write an example as well, because they are also account for a very good marks. Otherwise, you won't get even a 1 mark in that question. So, the cocaine is there. So, the two type of substance that will be obtained was, first you have to explain about the morphine, and second you have to explain about the cocaine, right? Now, this was the question number 3. Let's move on to the next question, that is a question number 6. Name the causative organism of a disease amoebiasis. List 3 symptoms of the disease. This is just a 2 marks, but we will not stop here, but I'll explain you the things in detail. So, we are talking about a disease, amoebiasis. Which disease is it? Amoebiasis. Now, amoebiasis is a disease. Now, amoebiasis will cause what? This will cause, that means it is related to amoeba. So, the amoebiasis is there. The common name that we know, that is called as a amoebic dysentery. Amoebic dysentery. That is called as a amoebic dysentery. Now, disease we know. Definitely we know the amoeba is a causative agent, whereas in this case, causative agent. Who is causative agent? That is Entamoeba histolytica. Amoeba histolytica. So, I have written a scientific name. So, I will definitely underline both of these, and you have to keep the same in mind, that do not write or do not make a straight line, right. There should be a break between a genus name and the species name, that you have learnt in 11th class. So, amoebiasis is that causes amoebic dysentery. Correct name of the causative agent is Entamoeba histolytica. So, what exactly the life cycle is of that amoebic dysentery, or which causes amoebic dysentery or Entamoeba histolytica? Because it is a sort of a protozoa. Normally, this is what a protozoa is. So, they do need certain vectors as well. What are vectors? Vectors are vehicle which carries such type of organisms, which carries such type of protozoan, and they enter into our body. When they enter into our body, the disease which comes is the amoebic dysentery, right. So, as it is a protozoa, in this case the vector which is present, that is a housefly. Housefly. So whenever any housefly, they sit on the feces are there, and when they sit on these substances, and later on when they consume such type of things, what happens is that those entamoeba histolytica, they enter into our body. When they enter into our body, what happens is that they causes changes within our intestine. So what happens, the lesions are created in the intestine, they feed on the mucosa of our intestine, due to which the symptoms are, we have to explain about the symptoms. The symptoms which are present, they are stomach pain, chronic constipation, right, mucosa or mucus in stool, and also the one another is a blood in stool. When I was discussing in the sessions, I have discussed about the whole life cycle of entamoeba histolytica, right? The minuta form is there, that also we have discussed. So if you want, you can explain the things with the diagram also. But just this is just a 2 marks question, this is just a 2 marks. So you just have to explain about this entamoeba histolytica, and you have to explain about what are the symptom of these. Question says we have to explain the 3 symptom, but you can explain around more than that, that is also fine. So let's move on to the next question, question number 6. Which organ of the human body is initially affected when bitten by an infected female Anopheles? So female Anopheles is there, and we know they are causative agent of which disease? That is of malaria. So they carry a plasmodium with them. Name the stage of the parasites that infect this organ. So just imagine a situation, Anopheles is there. So first of all, let's write about the female Anopheles. Female Anopheles. This female Anopheles, whenever they bite human, they releases sporozoids in the blood. Release sporozoid in bloods. Sporozoid in blood. Whenever they releases these sporozoids in blood, at that time these sporozoids, they circulate in blood for around half an hour. What they do? They circulate for around half an hour. They circulate for half an hour in blood. After that, they enter into the first organ, which is called as a liver, and in the liver they enter into a hepatocyte. Liver cells are called as a hepatocyte. So when they enter into hepatocyte, the stage was a sporozoid, and they infect the hepatocyte of a liver, right? So come back to the question. Which organ of the human body is initially affected? Organ name, that is called as a liver. When bitten by a female Anopheles, and name the stage of the parasite that infect this organ. So the stage of parasite is called as a sporozoid. So whenever a sporozoids, they come in contact, what happens? They form a different stages that we have discussed in the detail of the life cycle. After that, they enter into RBC. And when they enter into the RBC, they causes a formation of crystals, they forming a signet ring stage, the amoeboid stage is there, and ultimately they again forms the 2 type of gametocytes which are taken by the insect whenever these Anopheles, they bite on, whenever they feed on the blood. So whenever they take all those things, all these gametocytes, they move over there, and after that in the midgut they develop into the different female gamete, female gamete. After the fusion happen, ookinete is there, and again the numerous n number of these sporozoids, they are formed in the salivary gland. And like this, the whole cycles they goes on. Let's come back to the second option. Explain the events that are responsible for chill and high fever in patients. Now, question says the chill and high fever in the patient. First of all, as I have discussed, in the initial stages, they enter into liver. When they enter into the liver, after that, in the liver there causes certain changes, the schizont is formed, and after that they enter into the RBC. When they enter into RBC, they causes a destruction over there. So the correct answer for this is a RBC. Whenever these agents they enter into RBC, that leads to formation of, first of all, they causes a burst of RBC, and they do cause a formation of hemazoin. Formation of hemazoin crystal. Formation of hemazoin is there. Due to formation of hemazoin, what happens is the body, the fever is there, the chilling is there, because there is a destruction in the RBC. Total RBC content is now low, so that causes fever and chilling. So in the initial stages of infection, no symptoms are there, but in the final stages the symptoms are there. So anopheles is there, or basically the name of protozoa is a plasmodium, and the most infective is Plasmodium falciparum. Plasmodium falciparum. Right? This is a Plasmodium falciparum. So this was a question number 5. And students, we have discussed around the 5 questions, 5 different questions we have already studied. I have collected in total the 10 questions. These 10 questions, some are from 1 and 2 marks that I have already explained. 5 more questions are left that we will discuss in the next session. So before watching that, revise these questions, because some of the questions which I have mentioned in the next session, I have left for the next session, they are correlated to this. So this is just an attempt to show you that what type of questions come, right? So we will be discussing in detail regarding this in the next session. So revise all those things, take care of yourself, we'll meet in the next session. Thank you so much students for watching this.